We've done the corpse pose. Now, when I mentioned earlier, when I do the corpse pose, I feel it in my thoracic spine, and my back tends to arch because I have tight hip flexors. Your back feels comfortable in here. So Karime is nice and flexible, so she feels comfortable in this position. So now we want to work that upper cervical spine. Where your skull meets your spine is where the tension happens. There's a nerve that runs through there that gives you a headache in the front, but it all starts in the back. So the first one I want you to do is called rotation with nods. So she's going to rotate her head about 45 degrees that way, and she's just going to tuck her chin and say yes very subtly, and then up, and then down, and up, and down. And when you're doing this for tension headaches, you want to be intentional about being in a place where you can lie quietly on a yoga mat. I would avoid the bed. If you don't have a yoga mat, then you can go on the carpet with a couple really thick towels. So it's padded but not soft. And you want to have it be quiet. If you listen to music, whatever it helps for you to relax and feel the movement in your upper cervical spine. The next exercise is just going to be simple rotations. She's going to turn her head to the right as far as she can gently, and then to the left as far as she can gently. Now you can see she has some really good mobility. Keep going while we talk, which is a good thing. This rotations with nods, you want to do 10 nods to each direction. You want to do 5 repetitions of those. For the rotations, you want to do it for about 2 or 3 minutes. The one caveat is if it creates any pain down your arm, that's a more serious problem. You want to limit the range, but you want to go as far as you can comfortably for about 3 minutes. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is, and we can apply some resistance later on, but she's going to pretend she's holding a band here, and she's going to roll her shoulders out and squeeze her shoulder blades together. And then she's going to roll them in. She's going to do this for about 3 minutes, just to create some measure of relaxation. Okay? And again, no pain. If it creates pain in the shoulder, you want to limit the range before you get there. So this is how you're setting up your body to identify the areas of stress, to increase the circulation to the upper cervical spine. Okay, so let's have you sit up and face that wall for me, please. So another one that we want to do is we want to stretch that upper trapezius muscle. So she's going to take her right hand, she's going to place it on her left shoulder, and she's going to stay nice and relaxed, and she's going to gently, little pop there, she's going to gently drop her ear to her shoulder. She's stretching this left upper trapezius muscle. She's not getting any pain on the right side. If that's true, you're getting some compression. That's not what we want. You don't go by so fast. Then you're going to lower the shoulder. You feel that stretch right through there? Mm-hmm. And that's going to help her just relax. Okay, so she's going to hold this one for 10 seconds, and she'll do 3 of those. Then we're going to hold this one for 10 seconds. She's going to do 3 of those. Did I say 3 or 5? 3, 5. You basically want 10-second holds for about a minute, and then she's going to relax. Okay? Any pain with that at all? Then the last one we're going to do is she's going to turn her nose this way, and she's going to just drop her nose all the way. And then when she gets to the end, she's just going to turn back slightly. Those are some muscles deep in her neck called the scaleni muscles. They get really tight. Okay? And again, hold that for 10 seconds. You're going to do 5 repetitions of that. Now, the other thing I want to look at is, let me have you take a deep breath. And then exhale. Let's have you sit with your legs this way. Spin your legs around this way. So sitting up nice and tall, Karime is going to take a deep breath.
Jeff, could you take a step that way?
Yep. Perfect. All right, so I want Karime to put one hand here on her chest, one hand here on her belly. You can do this lying down in the corpse pose or sitting up, so take a deep breath again. You see her top hand move first? She's using her upper muscles here to elevate her rib cage. We want her to use her diaphragm to depress her rib cage so that it opens up and air rushes in. So have you ever been a singer? You're going to take singing lessons. Singers get this because they learn diaphragmatic breathing. So what I want you to do is I want you to stick your tummy out when you take a deep breath. Deep breath in, stick that tummy out, keep your top hand relaxed, and then out. Okay, another deep breath. Stick that tummy out without arching your back and relax. See how she wanted to arch here a little bit? but that's good. You don't want to practice this more than 3 or 4 breaths because you do not want to hyperventilate and fall down. Okay, so you're going to practice some diaphragmatic breathing. That'll help your neck muscles relax and make it easier to get in that upright posture. So that's the starting point for stress headaches. If they persist, obviously go get some help. What we do as therapists is we go in there and start stretching these muscles real gently and specifically. But that can help get rid of the headaches. So watching your posture, identifying the areas of stress, doing a couple exercises to increase the circulation, and then really working on that diaphragmatic breathing is the first step to starting to deal with your tension headaches. So again, if this is helpful, please share it with others who can benefit. Thank you.